everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here today. We're going to do something a little different. I'm getting ready for the crop this weekend. I got all my 10-page kits ready. You know, I have all the embellishments I'm going to use. I'm going to have all of that, but I don't have my digital prints cut out. And I just realized that yesterday when we were doing the live with my patrons, and I went, oh, I don't have that ready. I need to start, cutting these out. And it's a good thing that I remembered. I mean, I could do it during the live. It's not that big of a deal. We kind of tested it yesterday, and it's about 10 minutes a page to, cut out the digital files. But if I got a minute, why not, do them now? And I thought, well, since yesterday, I did 5 yesterday on my own. I put on an audiobook, and where I did 5 of them, it took me, let's say, 50 minutes. And I ended up listening to 50 minutes of an audiobook. But today I thought, you know what? Let's just chat. Haven't done a video in a long time. Okay, come on. So you can take your scissors and move that around. Of course, my left hand is not the best, but since I broke my wrist, my right hand is not the best either. Okay, let's just do it. So that's done. I'm going to cut these film strips. So the crop starts tomorrow night at 6 p.m. We're going to do the warm-up. So we're going to do 3 hours tomorrow, 6 to 9. And then on Saturday, we're going to do 1 to 6. And Sunday's supposed to be 9 to 11, but I might tweak that. I might start at 8 because Mason, they just changed one of his games and he only has 8 games left. So, life is short. Before you know it, your kids or grandkids or whatever, they're not going to be doing what they're doing right now. So whenever you can make it in life, you gotta be there, right? So I think I'm going to start at 8, but what we're going to do is during the live, we'll chat about it. Maybe what I'll do is on Friday night, the warm-up will be 4 hours, right? I was thinking of maybe starting earlier on Saturday, like start at noon. But Mason has a game from 11 to noon, so I can't do that. And then I thought of maybe going later on Saturday, and it's like, I can't do that either. Maybe we can just start later on Sunday afternoon. I could do that. We could start at 1 again and do a 1 to 3. So we will chat about it. We're going to get it done. I remember one of the crops was during Hurricane Fiona, and I lost power. We did it Friday night. We did 5 hours on Friday night, I think is what it was. Or 4 hours, whatever it was. And then I lost power for 2 days. So we did it the next weekend. So it's going to get done. Ooh, I got to show you. This is the new digital files. They're the mumbo jumbo. You can fit a 3x4 photo in there. And for now, or I think we're just going to do the assorted files plus the dark gray, maybe even the light gray. We will see. Dark gray and light gray. So those are available probably right now when you listen to this, because this is going to go up on Friday. And I'm sure they'll be all done by then. So finish page kit number 1. And I forgot to put a timer on. But these are done. Like I said, I could do that during the crop, but there's enough other stuff to do during the crop. Some of the layouts are, take a bit of time. So if we don't have to do this, then it's one less thing that I have to worry about. I like to be as ready as possible. Oh, look at that. This one has a lot cut out, so that's a wonderbar. So we'll get this done. I don't know how many I'll do with you live, but it's just a little reminder in case some of you forgot, you know, to, oh, maybe get this part done. You know, if you put your digital files in there or whatever, just doing that little extra step makes it so that you can be even more successful during the crop. Now, I still have to assign a challenge, which I might do right after I'm done this, but I have a live coming up, so I'd like to have a couple of minutes off before the live. I've been up here for quite a few hours already, so I wouldn't mind having, you know, half hour just to maybe make another coffee, maybe have something to eat, and then come back upstairs. We might just do like a 1 hour live because I have to leave. I have to leave this afternoon at 3:30, I think, is when I have to leave. So full day, full day, full day, full day. Oh, and I wanted to go on the treadmill, but I don't know if I'm going to have time for that. Man, I thought working from home, I was going to have all this extra time, right? Just never stop. Okay, well, this one was a quick one. That's good. And that's what I like about reusing these page kits, right? Because you end up with a whole bunch of stuff. So the next time, you don't need to do as much stuff for it. Okay. Let's just stick everything back in there. Just like that. Okay. Lots of scraps in there, which I am loving. Okay, we already have 2 left, and yesterday I did 5, so I only have 5 to do today, so that's not bad at all. So let's see what we got ourselves to cut. Ooh, lots of stuff already cut in here. Bonus. I kept the right ones for today, I would say. Yesterday it was like quite a bit to cut out, and I don't like to cut these out because they get lost. So I like to cut them the day of, but I'm going to, I added, I guess, the only thing I added in this was another film strip. So let me cut that down, just like that. And then we will be done with this one. That's amazing. Okay, and you know, that's how I was successful at my crop too, was I was on top of this, right? I had all the stuff done. I know I had brought, you know, 60 with me and I got 26 done, which is, you know, last time, what did I get? 40? Quite a bit. So quite a bit less. But I don't know. I just wasn't, my brain wasn't where it needed to be this time. And I'm still really happy with 26. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Okay, that's done. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, yeah, a little bit more to cut. Those butterflies do take a minute to cut. Okay, one more 2-inch, just like that. Okay, the more you do it, I find the faster you get at, because I do that quite a bit with just a little piece of paper, so I can get it to move the way I want to. Where before it used to take me like 10 minutes to get that to move where I want it to go. So, and I love these punches that you can, those EK Success punches that you can flip like this, because you have way more control. Okay, now all the butterflies I cut yesterday, I cut them directly on the black line. So this one, I'm going to leave a little bit of white. That's what I thought I remembered with this kit, it's on a solid background. So I want a little bit of white. One, it makes it a whole lot easier to cut. And two, it's going to make it stand out against this background. So I have a Brother Scan and Cut. I could put full sheets and just cut a whole bunch of butterflies, you know. I may at some point do that, but for now, I find that fussy cutting like this is so relaxing. Let me know in the comments down below, are you a fussy cutter or not? I find it relaxing, and I find it too that finding ways to make it easier help. If you don't have a pair of these scissors, they're Fiskars micro tips. They make fussy cutting so easy. You know, they have a pointy tip. I'll say that. You got to be careful. I've poked myself with those quite a few times. But it makes it easy to get, like if you need to go in very intricate, that makes it really easy. But just the fact of the way that you're holding your scissors makes it easier. So if you have any kind of issues with your hands, like I can't turn my wrist, and I got these when I broke my wrist. So I found that ever since I got those, because of my wrist, it's made it 100% easier. And now when I put a pair of scissors that I have to put my thumb through the hole, I'm like, oh, awkward. It does have, if you will, like a learning curve. But once you get it, like once you get comfortable with them, it's a game changer, you know. Give it a try. It's a game changer. So another thing I like to do, and I even did this when I went to my crop, before I went to my crop, if there's anything that I want to put foam tape on, which I know butterflies I do, I still bring a small foam tape. I don't bring all of this. But by bringing a small foam tape, I don't have to worry about running out, because everything that I know I'm going to use foam tape, I've already put foam tape on. And then the other one, it's just for in case, you know, one of the things I'm like, hey, I think I want to put foam tape on that. And then I have foam tape. Okay, so let's put this one away. That's done. And the other thing I have to do is assign photos, assign challenges and assign photos. And that's probably going to take me maybe half an hour, maybe. So I'm not worried about that at all. That's not going to take me a long time. Okay, now this, I don't think this took me 10 minutes a kit, because a lot of them were already cut out, which is awesome. Oh, this one has a little bit more. It's going to take us, so maybe I'm going to take a seat. I'm going to take a seat. I thought I was almost done, but I'll take a seat. Yeah, this one here. These here, I printed them when we were testing way back, you know, for viewfinders. And they're smaller. So, but I didn't throw them out. I'm like, I'm going to use those. It's just now I have to use a pair of scissors to cut them out. And that's fine. That is okay. I'm going to get these done first. And another thing I do is I try to kind of interchange what I'm doing. I'll try to do a few that I have to fussy cut, you know, like really go around stuff and fussy cut. I'll do a few of those, and then I'll take a break. I'll do a little bit of punching, and usually I'll do all the punching at once. And then I'll do a little bit more of fussy cutting, you know, like maybe if there's 3 mushrooms of one kind, I'll do these 3 first. and then I'll go to punching, and then I'll go back to film strips, and then I'll go back to fussy cutting. It just kind of, changes what you're doing, so it makes it a whole lot easier. The other thing to do too is to turn your paper when you're cutting and not your scissors. Don't do this with your scissors. Just do a continuous cut and turn the element instead. And it makes it so that your cut is smoother. It's not jagged. So that helps too. And like anything else, if you find that you're not good at something, the only way we get better at something is to practice. So there we go. Now let's do, oh, it's right in front of me. Like, did I misplace the punch? So let's do the 1.5 inch punch, just like that. Okay. Now, this one's here. I know my punch won't fit, so this is what I mean. And for bigger things like this, I wouldn't take my small scissors. I wouldn't, because the blade is not long enough. So then I have to open it up way more often. So this way, I just follow through. Is it perfect? No, but it's good enough. Okay. That's another thing I've learned to let go. Is not everything needs to be perfect. It's handmade. So we got to give ourselves grace. Okay, let's do that. Now let's do a little bit more of this. And I find too, I have the type of personality that gets bored really quickly. Like I need to be doing something, it can be reading, because I get in the world. When I read, I literally, if they're like, okay, one of the books was talking about the bayou, I can see the bayou. I can see, the animals that they're talking about. I can see it. So for me, I know a lot of people find kind of reading boring, but for me, it transports me to the world if it's a good book, right? Some books, it takes me a little longer to get into, and I usually find it's classics. Like right now, I'm reading Life of Pi, and it's not that I'm not liking it. It's just taking me a little longer to get into it. And that's fine. I think I'm at page 100 right now. So, it's not as if I'm still like at page 30. So it's okay. I just say, you got to read, let's say, it's a book I took from the library. So I'm like, okay, you have this many days left, 30 pages a day at least. And usually I'll read a little bit more than that. Most of the books that I've taken from the library, I've returned them early. Now, this might be the first time that I don't, because I have quite a few. I think digitally I have four books, and they're all due about the same time. So two of those are not going to be returned early. I'm just going to say they're probably going to be returned right on time, and I'm hoping not to return one without having it read. That hasn't happened to me yet. So I'm hoping to keep that trend going. I'm sure at one point. So what I do, a little tip, is I look at the books that I've taken out, and then I look to see if there's any books that there's no holds on. Because now you can renew your books online. You don't have to go in. It's like, oh my gosh, yay. So there was one book that was due on the 31st, and I'm like, there's no way I'm getting that done. Like, there's just no way. Because there was 3 that were due on the 31st, and I'm going to have 2 of them done. So I think that's a good win. So when you renew it, I think it's only for 2 weeks. You can't get another 3 weeks, but it's okay. I'll start reading that one next. Okay, cool. That is it. I'm done. Okay. So that's it. So if you're interested in that crop, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We're going to be, live Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can stay in your PJs. You can get 10 layouts done. You can chat with a whole bunch of fun ladies. We always have a good laugh the whole weekend. And then you get productive, you get stuff done. And then we kind of have it so that you can still get your work done that you need to do around the house. So you can still cook your supper, you can still do all that, but still get stuff done. So that's it. If you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.